You know, me and my wife love that aft balcony stateroom on a cruise ship. You know, we love to watch those pier runners, the ones that are late, almost about to miss the ship. And I'll tell you something that could be causing that, and you might want to listen to this. Stay tuned. Hi, welcome back to Vet Hat Travels and Eats. I'm your host, Thomas. And before I even start, please subscribe to this channel, like it, hit the notification. You know, anytime we come up with a new video, I want you to be the first to see it. But we're trying to grow and bring you as much information as I can, being a veteran, from different things that we do and different places that we go. So for now, I do want to talk to you about why the pier runners are running for their lives back to the ship. I can guarantee you that several of them, of the pier runners, which I call the pier runners, have taken an excursion that is not suggested or offered by the cruise company. Okay, let me break that down for you. For you cruisers and your first time cruisers, when you get to a port, let's say if we're cruising out of Miami and we go to, let's say, Cozumel, or, you know, a port like that. When you get off the ship and they have all of these people out there looking for, you know, you want to do this, you want to do that, then you want to go here and you want to go there. Be careful. And that's the whole purpose for this video, because I've seen it happen too many times. When you go into these different countries and, you know, different places like that, always remember that is not your home. That's their home. So they're going to know the ins and outs of different places and different things to do. Well, the cruise companies have already established a list of different excursion companies, different tour companies in these ports. The reason why they've established a certain list is because the cruise companies have put people in place to actually experience these excursions. They've been on them, so they were able to rate them, you know, how safe they are, how efficient they are. You know, do they offer food and drinks, or, you know, what it is that they offer. So the cruise companies have already done their research on these different tour companies. Now, the problem runs into, let's say we're on a cruise boat and a particular tour that you may have wanted now is booked up or full. So you can't get on this excursion that you wanted to do. Let's say you've been looking for this for a long time and you thinking in your mind, dang, I should have bought this, you know, months ago online, you know, before it filled up. But now, you know, it's too late. So now you get off the boat and you may see another company saying that they'll do the same thing that you wanted to do. So let's say you took this excursion. Okay, I couldn't get it through the cruise company. So now I'm going to do it on my own. Okay, you do it on your own, and it might even be cheaper. But like I was saying, it's so dangerous out in these different countries right now, especially for Americans. It is. It's really dangerous. Let's say you do pick that one and you go, you have a good time. But now, guess what? You're trying to get back to the ship, and now this tour company wants to charge you double of what you thought you were going to pay to get back. I'm just saying it could happen, because it has happened. I've talked to a lot of passengers who you know, done cruises like this. Like they'll get to a particular place, like a beach, for instance, get out there and having fun and whatnot, and they're losing track of time. So now they got to make a beeline back to the ship. And this tour person, whoever took you there, is no longer there. Now you have to find your way back to the ship. Again, since it's not through the cruise company, the cruise ship, they don't know where you are. They can't find your whereabouts because, again, you've gone on a tour that was not guaranteed through or by the cruise company. So now you're just stuck out there. And I'm pretty sure that everybody on here right now that have been cruising for a long time, what happens at every cruise port when it's time to get back on the ship? Now you're back on the ship and they're calling out different names. Paul such and such, report to the front desk, or call such and such. They want to know where you are because they can't find you. Evidently you slid your card to get off the ship, but now you're no longer your whereabouts are no longer known. I'm telling you, going through these tour agencies that are on the pier that are not through the cruise company are dangerous. And I know people do it all the time. People may get upset for me for saying this. Well, we do it all the time, blah, blah, blah. I'm telling you, it's almost like insurance. When you pay for insurance, insurance is a ripoff until you need it. Yes, until you need it. And all these people that do these these tours, they get off these cruise boats and they do these tours that are not guaranteed through the ship or through the cruise company. Things can happen to where you could miss your ship. I'll give you another case in point. We were in Belize. And there was a tour. I remember the guys when they got on it. It was a bus, one of those buses that they have at the pier or whatever. They went out and did something. Me and my wife, we went through the ship's tours. We're gonna go through them every time. I'll never do one of those. But come to find out, they had mechanical difficulty. In other words, they had a flat tire. And they almost missed the ship. I think it was like 8 to 10 of them. Now, had that happened, I don't know what the procedure is to get back to the next port or to take you home. But whatever it is, it has to be very expensive. And plus, remember, your stuff is still on board. So all of that's gone. You just be there with you and whatever you got, you took off the ship. But I'm saying, to avoid all of that, just go through the cruise company or through the ship. Get the excursion. If you're paying on your cruise, throughout a few months or the year, however you do it, get a couple excursions in the meantime. So by the time it is time to cruise, everything is paid for. Everything is paid for. Again, it's like a lot of people have gotten in so much trouble just trying to do everything on their own. So I really suggest that, yes, go through the cruise ship tours, the cruise company, however you want to put it. Go through them when you get to these ports. You got to understand something. When a ship pulls into any port, it could be Mexico, it could be wherever, you're looked at as a target. Yes, a target, a money target. And you cannot avoid it because they're going to approach you with, I got the bargain here, you got the bargain, blah, 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 this and that. Is that, come go with me, we'll take you to such and such. Don't do it. Don't do it. Take it from a veteran, a Navy veteran. Because I'll tell you, even back when I was in the Navy, when we went to certain ports, number one, we never toured and never did anything alone. It was always like 5 or 6 of us because we weren't playing. If anything go down, it's going to be enough of us to do whatever we got to do. But a tourist, and you have kids, you have your family out there, and you're still looked at as targets. So be aware. Don't walk down any, blocks. You know how you can, if you pull up to the pier, let's say you don't have an excursion, you pull up to the pier, you get off and you're walking around, and try to stay where the public is. Don't get off that public route, because once you get off that public route, you can't be seen. Pretty much you probably can't be heard either. But once you get into that area where there's no, you're vulnerable. You're vulnerable. So I'm just telling you how it is. We had tours when I was in the Navy. We got some tours, and I'll tell you again, it was never 2 of us, 3 of us, 4. It'd always be a bunch. But we always did our research too. That's another thing. Do your research on different companies. Look at the different ports, because again, cruise companies or the ships may not utilize certain tour excursions because you would never know. But let's say a month prior, somebody could have gotten hurt. People could have gotten robbed. Somebody could have got murdered. You won't know about it. But it's one of those things where if the ship approves of it, then it must be as safe as possible. And then again, too, when you go through the ship's appointed tour agencies or those excursions, guess what? If you do have mechanical failure, the ship is going to wait for you because you went through the ship. In other words, they're going to be responsible. And also, if you have to get to a certain place, let's say a tour bus that you took through the cruise company is gone so far out, but now it has mechanical failure, and it's going to take forever for them to get either another bus out there or get that one fixed. Cruise companies will figure out a way of however to get you to either that next port, or they'll wait on you, because again, they're responsible. So I'm just saying, do your research, be as safe as possible. And I'm telling you, take it from the word of a veteran who's been all over the world, and I know how they look at us. They look at us as targets, money targets. And I don't want anybody to get hurt. So thank you for watching. I'm just telling you what I know. So in the comments below, tell me what you think. Let me know if you've heard of any tragedies like that. Or how do you feel about only utilizing cruise recommended excursions? Let me know what you think. Please don't forget to subscribe. Hit that notification button or whatever. And whenever we come up with videos, hey, you'll be the first to know. All right. Thank you for watching. Everybody, be safe.